Hey guys, so I'm doing a video that's kind of political. I haven't done a political video yet, but I mean, this thing with Afghanistan is such a major bungle. It's such a disaster, and it's totally preventable. You know, if we had a couple high school students running this country and the military, this would never happen, right? You would never have a 14, 15-year-olds would never screw things up as badly as they've been screwed up. There are all these people stuck in Afghanistan because the imbeciles didn't get people out before they took out the military. It's difficult to understand, really. I mean, did they do it on purpose? Are they looking to give all these weapons away? I mean, they left all these, billions of dollars of helicopters and guns and ammunition and missiles. They just left it there. Okay, whatever, we'll just leave it there like it's Christmas presents for Taliban, right? And we'll just abandon the country and we'll leave 15,000 Americans in the country, and we'll move out our military, and we'll take, it doesn't make any sense. It's really stunning what they've done. There's no way to backwalk it, to explain it. Everyone involved needs to be fired and not get a pension, right? At the very least. How many people are going to be tortured or killed because they're left stranded there? It's incredible that they've done this. So how does this affect the stock market? How does it affect crypto? Maybe it's tasteless to say that, but my site is about crypto and the stock market and geopolitics to some extent. I haven't really gone into geopolitics before. But we have inflation, we've got money printing, right? We've got Jackson Hole coming up where they're going to have to discuss this issue, right? And the stock market is overheated. It has been for a long time. And there's historical patterns where we have corrections. We have corrections, the average correction, the mean correction, and 15, 16%. But, with all the money printing that's been happening in the last 2 years, the correction could be 30%. We could be double the normal correction, right? Which would be a stock market, which would be a total crash of the stock market. So we have that going on. That potential is happening. And we have China, chomping at the bit, thinking this is a great time to go and try and do something sneaky to try to weaken Taiwan, so they can, China is going to be busy right now figuring out how they're going to set up a situation where they can take over Taiwan, and control Taiwan the way they have done with Hong Kong. I wish that the United States and Britain decided not to honor the agreement and not to let them have Hong Kong back, okay? I wish that they had moved half of the Royal Navy to the Hong Kong harbor and just said, we're not going to give this back to you because you're a communist country that abuses your people and you can't be trusted to run this, metropolis. It's too important to the world. You can't be trusted to have it now. Because we could have just said, look, we could have just said that China is a human rights abuser and you cannot have Hong Kong because you don't value human life, you're abusing your own people, and you're out of control, you can't have Hong Kong. That's what I wish they had did, okay? Now China sees just how weak and how totally incompetent this administration is, okay? And how cowardly. The Congress should be screaming bloody murder over this and telling people they have to resign and kicking them out over this, They're all sitting in their comfortable chairs and being, you know, driven around in limousines, and this is what they do. They bail out on Afghanistan and leave 15,000 Americans to be trapped there, and leaving billions of dollars worth of high-tech helicopters that's all going to be taken apart and studied. And now China and Russia is going to steal all of our technology, right? And they're going to become much more dangerous now that they've got these helicopters. It's crazy. So, where does crypto, enter the picture here, right? Well, I think if the stock market looks like it's going to go down, the institutional investors would be very wise to think about where they can put the money. And if I was an institutional player with Grayscale, I would say, we better buy a lot of Cardano, a lot of Ethereum, buy a little bit more Bitcoin, buy some Chainlink, because it's bulletproof, right? Chainlink is absolutely necessary to the functioning of the blockchain. It's indispensable. And I would ban protocol, I would say, along with it. VeChain is going to be used for so many things, and it's not going to go away. No one's going to make something better than VeChain right away. It's not happening yet. So ban protocol, Chainlink, VeChain, AAVFE, YEARN Finance, Cardano, Ethereum, and to some extent Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin Cash. That's what they should be buying, because the stock market is going to come to a crash. It's going to be more than a regular correction. That's just what I think. I mean, with all the money printing that's been going on the last 3 years or so, with all the money printing that's happening, if we have a stock market correction, and the problem is going to be discussed at Jackson Hole in the fall, right? The problem of money printing and inflation is going to be out in the open for people to. It's going to make it onto our useless media that there's a problem with money printing and inflation, right? They're going to have to own up to it. So I think that's an opportunity. I hate to say it in this kind of a way, but the stock market being in danger, all this inflation, all this money printing, I think that makes crypto more valuable. Okay? And I also think that Monero and Zcash, and I'm sorry I left that out. I shouldn't have left that out. I think that Monero and Zcash, are very important and are coins that institutions should also be purchasing. AAVFE, YEARN Finance, Monero, Zcash, Chainlink, VeChain, with Cardano, Ethereum. I mean, God, stop putting all your money into the stock market. It's going to have a correction. It's going to be, a bruising, serious correction. All right? And it doesn't really matter if it happens in 2 months or 6 months or 8 months. It's, it doesn't matter that much. You should just get out of the market. Amazon, Google, Zoom, and these, inflation and pandemic resistant stocks are fine. They're great. Maybe even Tesla. I don't know. I mean, rare earth mineral mining companies, lithium mining companies, gold mining companies, silver mining companies, yeah. Okay? But a lot of this other stuff, it doesn't make sense to stay in a lot of this other stuff in the stock market, because there's going to be a really significant, hurtful correction that's going to be happening. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up, you guys. I got to do disclaimer. Okay, sorry. So this is for educational purposes only, and please consult your financial advisor before you make any financial decisions or place any kind of trades. Okay, see you guys in the next video.